Did you know that the first French colony in America didn't fall in some huge, glorious battle, but in a brutal and almost hopeless struggle for survival? So let me explain. Back in 1564, France wanted a piece of the New World, just like Spain. So they sent settlers to what is now Florida and built a colony called Fort Caroline. Now, this wasn't just any colony. Most of the settlers were Huguenots, French Protestants, who were actually fleeing religious persecution back in France. So for them, this place wasn't just about power, it was about starting a new life. They built their settlement near a river, traded with local Native American tribes, and tried to survive in a completely new environment. But here's the problem. They were right in territory that Spain claimed as its own, and Spain was not going to let that slide. In 1565, everything changed. Spain sent a military expedition led by Pedro Menendez de Avilés. His mission was simple: destroy the French presence. First, the Spanish founded their own base nearby, St. Augustine, which actually became the oldest permanent European settlement in the US. Then came the attack. A storm had already weakened the French. Many of their soldiers had left the fort to attack the Spanish but got caught in bad weather. That left Fort Caroline poorly defended. The Spanish took advantage. They marched through rough terrain, launched a surprise attack, and quickly overwhelmed the colony. Most of the French settlers were killed, and those who tried to escape, many didn't make it. When you really think about it, this wasn't just a battle between empires. These were people who had already escaped war and persecution in Europe, only to face death again in a new land they barely understood. They were outnumbered, undersupplied, and completely unprepared for the force coming at them. You can imagine the fear, the confusion, the desperation. For them, this wasn't about politics, it was about survival. In the end, Spain won completely. Fort Caroline fell in 1565, becoming the first French colony in America to be destroyed, and that victory helped Spain secure control over Florida for centuries. But it also sent a clear message. The New World wasn't just about exploration. It was a battlefield, and only the strongest empires would survive. So yeah, the fall of Fort Caroline wasn't just the end of a colony, it was the beginning of a much bigger struggle for control in the New World. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like and subscribe, because next time we'll look at what happened next and how France tried to take revenge. See you in the next one.